Robyn Brown is a complicated figure for me. On the one hand, I find her to be incredibly manipulative and self-serving. She did not earn the moniker Sobbin' Robyn for nothing. On the other hand, she was brought up in this fundamentalist lifestyle, and she is absolutely caught up in the cycle of abuse. There was a moment during the season 17 one-on-one tell-alls that really exemplified this, and I wanted to talk about that in today's video. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So like Mary and Christine, Robyn grew up in polygamy, although her upbringing did look somewhat different than her sister wives. Robyn's stepdad actually kept his households completely separate in different states. So that could explain a lot to us in regards to Robyn's personality and how she has this need to find favor no matter what the cost. Robyn has spoken on the show about how she has tried to emulate her mother's attitude towards marriage. And that is always keeping your household in a manner that it always felt like a honeymoon to your husband. That, of course, is untenable if you are the only wife. While the AUB may not require its women to wear prairie dresses, they are still fundamentalists who trace their spiritual history back to Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church. And the AUB is incredibly restrictive on how they treat women and children. We constantly see stories of people breaking free from their fundamental upbringing. Examples being Olivia Plath, the show Escaping Polygamy, Jill Duggar. One of the things I have talked about on this channel before that I have praised the Brown family for is them giving their kids choice as far as if they were going to want to live polygamy or not. I should say I give praise to most of the Brown adults. I do not see Robyn giving her kids much choice at all. I read an article on Medium that I found really applicable here. The article is called Why Fundamentalism Breeds Abusive Relationships, and it's by Lydia Joy Launderville. And it goes as follows. So does fundamentalism create abusers? I can't say definitively that it does, but what I can say is that it has created an environment that excuses, justifies, sanctions, and encourages abusive behaviors common within it. It ignores and sweeps suspected and known abuse under their ministry's rug and labels it the cause for Christ. Fundamentalism preaches strict gender roles that truly objectify women, teaching that they are below a man. And then when violence does occur, as it so often does, fundamentalism separates its people from critical resources by way of advocates, shelters, and law enforcement. This brings me to the moment during the season 17 tell-all that I found particularly disturbing.
I feel like if you lost the intimacy in your relationship, would you still be okay? How would you fight to get that back? Would you fight to get that back?
Oh yeah, I'd march his butt into a therapist so fast. I would not allow him not to talk to me. I don't allow that.
How do you force somebody to be attracted to you?
You don't.
Because when he says that he's lost that component, that attraction, that physical connection.
No, I do think that his attraction is based on that person's behavior. And I've watched him do this thing where he's upset with a wife and then, that wife like kind of turns a new leaf or whatever it is, or they talk and they figure something out and she's being supportive and kind and stuff like that, and he just melts.
Robyn is a walking contradiction. She says she would never allow Kody to just not talk to her, that she would march his butt straight into therapy so fast, as if we didn't see numerous therapy sessions between Christine and Kody throughout the years. But Suki brings up the critical point. You can't force someone to be attracted to you. And this is where the cycle of abuse rears its head in Robyn's response. Well, Suki, Robyn says, Kody's attraction is based off behavior. I've seen when wives get themselves back in line and start acting right, and Kody pays them some morsel of attention. If these women would just act more like me, for instance, maybe Kody would give a shit about them and their kids. For Robyn, Kody isn't the piece of shit in this scenario. These women are responsible for their own abuse and mistreatment. If this is Robyn's attitude towards her sister wives, what is her attitude like towards her kids? Robyn has 3 daughters. We see from what has been featured on the show, her kids live in a near constant state of fear. Just this past season, when Robyn's household contracted COVID, Robyn ends up going to the ER when she doesn't seem to be bouncing back like the rest of her household is. Aurora and Brianna are interviewed, and they were talking about how thankful they were that their mom was coming home, but she wasn't out of the woods yet. She could quickly take a turn for the worse at any moment. If your kids don't think they can manage in the big, bad outside world on their own, they are going to be far less likely to ever have an urge to see if they can. Not only does Robyn excuse the mistreatment of her sister wives and their kids, but she participates in it. The division of Kody's time has been the biggest sticking point and point of contention throughout the series. Kody's kids and wives that are not living in Robyn's house have long complained about the obvious favoritism Kody has shown towards Robyn and her household. Robyn could advocate for her sister wives like we see this feeble attempt in season 17. Are we really supposed to believe that Robyn tries to get Kody to sleep on Christine's couch? Even if that was a genuine attempt, which I guarantee you it was not, too little too late, Robyn. Instead of encouraging Kody to mend a fixable marriage when there was an opportunity, now you're just encouraging him to participate in harassing Christine. Not a good look. Additionally, Robyn put impossible requirements on Kody of his time if he would ever have a prayer at dividing his time equally. Demanding that he never go more than a couple nights away from her house made it so Kody would be out of his other households more often. It's incredibly unfair to both criticize Christine's behavior for not keeping sweet about suffering years of neglect and mistreatment, while simultaneously demanding that her husband spend as much time as possible outside of her home. I recognize that this is an incredibly nuanced discussion because Robyn has suffered years of mistreatment herself. However, like I always say, reasons are not justifications. Mary and Christine also grew up in polygamy, and we do not see this level of manipulation come from them. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and join us in the Facebook page. Link will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.